I mean, you shot that from about, what, 30 feet away almost? Is that something you practice a lot, or do you have the expectations that's going to go in?
I practice it a little bit. Obviously, Coach Yeagley wants me to be in the box. He doesn't want to be shooting, 30-yard shots all the time.
And lastly, something you do after pretty much every goal is you break out and dance. Everyone on the team does.
Yeah.
Just how much fun are you guys having? And was that a Millie Rock?
Yeah, it was a Millie Rock. My brother and I and just a lot of my friends back home, that's our dance. So it's kind of just a shout out to them. But yeah, we're having a ton of fun. Obviously tonight, even though we got the 4-0 win, it still needs to be a lot better, a lot cleaner.
You're part of that defensive line that has 7 shutouts in their first 9 games this season. What has made your defense so impressive this year?
I think just our confidence. Grant and Timmy are probably 2 best center backs in the country.
Last season, you guys played Notre Dame, and you guys lost 4-0 on the road at South Bend. How much do you guys have that in your mind, and how much does it feel like it's almost revenge tonight?
I was thinking about this game ever since we lost 4-0. This is probably the best win of the season so far.
And lastly, the team's #1 in the country. You just beat Notre Dame. What's the team's confidence level right now?
Sky high. Still we got half a season left, but we're having fun.
Now, you mentioned how goofy of a bunch you guys have. After every goal, you guys are celebrating, and you're scoring a lot. Yeah. 5th most in the nation at this point. Griff said you're the one who organized a lot of these dance celebrations. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say that.
So how many of these you got in your arsenal?
We got some more coming.
Okay.
We got some more coming.
Now, can you run me through a few of the ones you guys have already done?
Okay, so Griff, he scored his first goal, I think, the first weekend, and then he went on a kind of stalemate for a little while. But Griff's one of the best attackers in the country, hands down. And one day I was like, Griff, come look at this dance. He was like, what is it, Shotty? I was like, and so obviously Weddy was here last year, and Weddy put me on to a lot of English music, and the name of the dance is the Lean and Bop. It's basically you're just leaning and bopping. Lean and bop, lean and bop. And it's simple, but that's something I showed Griff, and Griff started to giggle. I was like, you like that? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, next goal you score, we're doing that. He scored, we did that. Then we got the Hotline Bling, which is like Drake's dance.
Yeah, everyone's got that down.
Drake and Griezmann.
Of course.
So I've been doing that a lot because I like that. Then Mason has his Millie Rock, which is Mason likes that. So I don't.
You don't touch him with that.
I don't touch him with that. But we gotta switch it up a little bit. I think we gotta score some more goals and get some new dances for sure.
And then you and Corey, I believe on your first goal this season, you had this kind of move here.
So that was totally impromptu. Like, we did not make that up.
You impromptu both had the same exact.
Yes, that was. I still look at that goal like we still laugh about it because we did not know what we were doing, but it looked perfect. But we were hoping that's how it would look.
Are you the best dancer on the team?
Yeah. Yeah. Hands down. We got some robots on this team. This team has a lot of robots.
Like who? Who we calling out?
Frankie. Frankie cannot dance. Frankie cannot dance. Who else? I don't know, man. We have robots, but we're getting better.
Okay.
Regular season, it's a time to clean up all our mistakes.
And then postseason play.
Oh,
clean as dance.
Oh, we are gonna. Oh my gosh, they're gonna sign us.
If you're Mason Toy here, what's your approach?
Well, from that spot, you're trying to look to go back post, trying to find Grant Lillard, Timmy Mel.
It's sent in to Grant Lillard, gets his head on that one. Up for Dorsey, off another head, and just over the net. Andrew Gutman, like many Hoosiers, calling and claiming that was off of Jimmy Haig.
See it again. They went to Grant Lillard at that back post. Haig was off his line, and then Dorsey and Gutman both got into it on there. Dorsey trying to send it to the opposite corner. Gutman just trying to tip it over Haig's hands, and Haig tipped it out. But now a corner kick for the Hoosiers.
Swartz to take this in-swinger. Sends it to the middle of the box, and it's cleared out by Pimlott. Now to the top of the box. Poncho can't control, and now DeJuan Jones can work the counter. They've got numbers. Krolicki here. One-on-one with Buckmaster. Swartz taken down by Jones. Played through for Jones, who gives it a shot just wide of the net. A pivotal opportunity for the Spartans.
And that's an ambitious shot there from Jones, but I actually really like this effort from Jones, who is streaking down that left side. He takes a rip at it, and it's close to going in, but it's also in a good spot where other players can come in, like Sierakowski, to tip it in. And it looked like Trey Muse might have got a touch on it out of bounds, so it will be a corner kick for the Spartans.
DeJuan Jones really showing how much he's improved in his 3 years at Michigan State. His first 2 years at the program, he really spent a lot of time on the bench, was that energy guy off the bench, as almost a super sub. But now with a elevated role, coming in second team all Big Ten and second in goals for the Spartans. Short cross is then sent to the near post. Indiana looking to clear out, and they do. Off the shoulder now of Santala. Plays it forward for Sierakowski. He's going to look into the box. A quick move, a quick shot right at the chest of Trey Muse.
I'll tell you what, Michigan State has absolutely been the better team in the first 15 minutes of this game. They've been the aggressor on both ends. Been very good defensively. Whatever Indiana has thrown at them, Indiana's really only had that one chance from that free kick just a couple minutes ago from Mason Toye. Michigan State is creating a lot of chances, and Indiana looks out of sorts in the back, and that is not something you've seen too often this season.
Mel. Send this long ball forward for Dorsey. Dorsey can't keep control, and now Watungo can do the same. Up to Sierakowski. Both teams playing a little back and forth. And now we're 15 minutes in, and Jacob, what are the keys moving forward for both sides?
Obviously, Indiana is they're gonna have to start pressing up a little more, start to be more aggressive, but they don't want to get too stupid with it. They want to stay smart, keep their line at the back, make sure they're strong at the back, and not let anything go through yet again, as they did in the first 2 minutes of this game. Let a great header from Sierakowski find the back of the net. But they're really gonna have to start to press up, pressure that back line, and try to make them make mistakes.
Gutman on the ball, a key turnover. With the 1-2 with Thomas, now up to Pancho. Pancho creating space, tries to chip this one forward, and another corner kick for the Hoosiers.
And that's a great job by Andrew Gutman right there to take the step, lay it off to Thomas, and Thomas with a nice job, the little 1-2 right back to Gutman. We'll see it again here. Gutman has a great ball into Pancho right here, and then Pancho does the rest to earn the corner.
Mason Toye, the freshman from New Jersey, named Big Ten Freshman of the Year. He'll take this corner as we see a little bit of a talking to coming down to Griffin Dorsey and Brad Santala.
I talked about how this was going to get physical, and it's already getting physical between Griffin Dorsey and Michael Pimlott in the middle there.
Toye now to send in this in-swinger to the middle of the box, and Jimmy Haig is there.
Not any trouble at all there for Jimmy Haig, the Big Ten goalkeeper of the year for the Michigan State Spartans, the junior coming out, having a great season, 54 saves on the season, 12 goals allowed, and 11 shutouts to go along with that.
Jimmy Haig, an interesting case, spent most of his high school career playing center back and just got pushed over to the goalkeeper position, and he's been arguably one of the best in the nation. Right,
him and one of his best friends, they both played kind of split time in that goalkeeper position, and then he started to shoot up at that. He's 6'4" right now. Him and his best friend started to play that goalkeeper position. His best friend was a little bit shorter, so they ended up switching, and now he's playing very well in that goalkeeper position. Pancho tries to send this low cross in the box. It's cleared out by Watungu. Frankie Moore now to Griffin Dorsey. Moore and Dorsey playing a little 1-2. Dorsey pushing it out wide. And a big takedown coming from Connor Corrigan. That's going to go out of play. The Fishers, Indiana native using his aggression. Yeah, Griffin Dorsey's going to try to draw the foul here, but Corrigan does a nice job making sure he's angled so he can stab in there, get the ball first, and get the ball out of bounds. Trevor Swartz is going to have a long throw in here, so it acts as almost like a corner. Trevor Swartz taking those corners from that same side. So he's going to try to get it into the box and near the 6-yard line. Swartz up to Lillard, who heads it forward, and Haig is there once again. Haig now going to look to push the tempo. Michigan State switching sides here.
as Jones controls it in the midfield, and a nice play by Poncho as Reese Buckmaster now has it. Up to Dorsey. Played forward for Buckmaster. He's going to look to cross this to the top of the box. No one is there, but then there's Corey Thomas off the volley.
And not a terrible chance from Corey Thomas from the top of the 18. I mean, he had time in front of him. He possibly could have taken a touch, but that Michigan State back line was right in front of him. So a smart play there to try to get it on there. It was a nice ball played in by Buckmaster. Went all the way through the back line. Thomas just putting a one-timer on it. Couldn't quite get around it.
Off of Thomas's head. Now Sierakowski going to fight with Gutman for this. Gutman back to Lillard, and Indiana can reset. And that Gutman-Lillard pairing is something you've been hearing for a long time here at Indiana and a long time in the past, both part of that Chicago Fire Academy, and they speak highly of each other all the time.
Absolutely, only separated by 1 year. Both are from Hinsdale, Illinois, played for the Chicago Fire Academy, so they've played a lot of soccer together, and obviously playing here at Indiana, one of the best backlines in the nation. Toy trying to be found up top by his teammates, but one of the best backlines in the nation. They work very well together. Both of them get up there in the offensive third and try to make something happen. Andrew Gutman more specifically, but Grant Lillard is going to become very important in this matchup, heading that back line, but also in those set pieces we've already seen just a little bit ago.
Grant Lillard again on the ball. Up to Poncho. Drops it off for Swartz, but he can't keep control with the efforts of Giuseppe Barone. And Michigan State can reset on possession. Long ball forward to Ken Krolicki, but Reese Buckmaster is there. And Ken Krolicki, an interesting case. Grew up in Japan, actually, and then came over when he was in high school around age 14, when his parents chose to switch career and move into the United States.
Yeah, his dad got a new job in the United States, spent the first 14 years of his life in Japan, was acclimated to the Japanese lifestyle. Coming to America, he talked about how he didn't really know what high school was, what high school sports were. His family never played sports in high school, so coming in, he had to get acclimated to the United States, to how the sport culture worked, especially in high school, and obviously doing very well for Michigan State now.
Toy now using his speed, gets by Watungo. A big chance, dropped off for Thomas at the top of the box, can't keep control for too long. Dropped off to Swartz with a big rip, and parried away by Jimmy Haig. The first shot of the penalty kicks for Michigan State. Sierakowski, the only player on Michigan State to have taken PKs this year during the regular season. All Big Ten second team. And it's off the post, off a save from Trey Muse.
And Trey Muse is pumped up about that one. You heard the roar from... Job well done.
Now first up for Indiana, the captain, center defensive midfielder Frankie Moore. He's taken 3 penalty kicks all year, made all 3 right down the middle. See how he approaches this time. Moore, back in the net. 1-0 Indiana. 1-1 in PKs, the final part of the second round for Reese Buckmaster, who approaches. Reese Buckmaster, the converted midfielder who's played right back all year. No goals on the year, but 6 assists. And he scores! Indiana with the 2-1 lead in the second round. Indiana leads the PKs 2-1 in the third round. Trey Muse, the freshman, has been impeccable all season in net for Indiana. Coming up against Brad Zentala, one of the captains for Michigan State, the senior. It's saved by Muse! Now Mason Toy, the freshman, with an opportunity to seal this PK shootout and send Indiana to Philadelphia and the College Cup. The freshman with 10 goals on the season. And it's saved by Jimmy Haig and out of play
the Big Ten Goalkeeper of the Year, coming up big time.
Jimmy Hague do it.
Now after 4 rounds, Indiana leads 3-2. Michigan State again needing to make this to stay alive in the NCAA tournament. Giuseppe Baroni approaching the kick. Muse in net. And it's saved! The quest for 9 continues!
Indiana has been working all season to get to this point. And what a picture. The heartbreak for Michigan State. The jubilation for Indiana as the students rush the field. They go to their fellow students as Indiana wins the shootout 4-2. And Indiana makes the College Cup for the 19th time in program history.
The crowd rushes the field here at Jerry Yeagley Field. The Indiana Hoosiers are off to the College Cup in Philadelphia.
What a picture it is here in Bloomington, Indiana. Timmy Mel, he knows what's ahead. He knows the job is not done. They're only part of the way there, as they now have the opportunity to win the 9th national championship in Philadelphia.
And you look at this team and at this program, a historic program, now with 19 College Cup appearances, 8 national championships, and you look at this team and the records they've broken all year, the defensive back line with the most consecutive scoreless minutes they've had in a long time, over 966 scoreless minutes, only giving up 6 goals on the year. This freshman class making such a strong impact. Mason Toy with 10 goals on the season, Griffin Dorsey playing out wide, and the camaraderie and the chemistry coming all together at the perfect moments for the number 2 team in the nation, behind the backs of Grant Lillard, the captain, the Mac Herman Trophy watch list semifinalist, and behind the back of Todd Yeagley, the historic Hall of Fame coach, as Indiana heads to the College Cup.